ask you about another issue, but I have one last one on this topic because the basement campaign we all remember, and a big team of Democrats really carefully managed the Biden presidency from the beginning. Are you at all concerned that this narrative, allowing potentially a handful of people to take the blame for this cover-up, will allow the rest of the people involved in all of the failures of that administration to wash their hands of any responsibility and then just sail into the next, Democratic nominee's operation?
Yep, obviously that's a concern. That's why we're starting at the bottom. Let's see, as Jason Chaffetz just confirmed on that clip, let's start with the bottom and let's see what the decision-making process was. Because are the people at the bottom going to go down on the ship to protect the higher level people, the Clays and the Joe Bidens and those people that most of us believe were the ones actually calling the shots? We're going to start with the low-level staffers, the unnamed staffers that nobody ever heard of prior to my request to come in before the committee. Let's see who is giving them the directive to use the auto pen, and then we'll go from there.
All right. I want to move on to this. ICE agents arrested an illegal immigrant in Wisconsin. He allegedly wrote a letter threatening to assassinate President Trump. DHS says the 54-year-old Mexican national already has a long rap sheet, and that includes illegally entering the U.S. at least 9 times from 1998 to 2005. He's also been convicted of felony hit and run, criminal property damage, and disorderly conduct involving domestic abuse. Borders are Tom Coleman with this.
He's being detained, he'll be removed. I mean, he's exactly the priority that President Trump has while he's focusing on public safety threats and significant criminal history. Bad decision on his part to make a threat against the president. That's what's going to add another felony charge.
Now some in the Trump administration say ICE needs to ramp up its arrests. Top White House aide Stephen Miller and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem are pushing agents to that end. Miller explained why these numbers have to go up.
You're looking to set a goal of a minimum of 3,000 arrests for ICE every day, and President Trump is going to keep pushing to get that number up higher each and every single day. We can't take the risk of letting these Biden illegals roam around freely so that the next American daughter can get raped, the next American kid can get murdered, the next American family can get splintered and torn apart.
House Republicans passed President Trump's budget bill. It significantly boosts Homeland Security funding, and that bill now faces a tougher road in the Senate. Chairman, I want to ask you about this 3,000 number. Is that an arbitrary number? Is there any risk that Republicans lose the messaging advantage that they have right now by putting a number on it?
I don't think so, and I strongly support Stephen Miller. He knows what he's talking about, and I think it's great to be serious about deporting the criminal illegals, and that's what this administration is doing. And I want to remind everyone, the big, beautiful bill that we just passed out of the House, it provides substantial funding to deport these criminal illegals. It's very expensive to deport them, and we're putting money in this big, beautiful bill to pay for that, to pay for the border wall, and to pay for more border control agents so we can stop the fentanyl, we can stop the human trafficking, and we can stop the flow of people that Joe Biden allowed to come into this country. Now we're going to have to pay to send them back to where they came from. That's unfortunate, but that's something that President Trump said he would do during the campaign, and Stephen Miller just confirmed it, and we're going to support him in Congress.
All right. Chairman James Comer of the House Oversight Committee, thank you very much for your time this morning, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me